Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dreams Unlimited Travel Podcast. My name is John Magi, and I'll be your host. And in this episode, we're doing our part 3 of Disneyland Resort, booking a Disneyland Resort vacation, packages, and add-ons, and all the good stuff related to taking a Disneyland Resort vacation. I'm joined at the table by our panel of experts, Client Services Manager Kevin Close.
Hi, everybody.
Agent and Disneyland expert Deborah Lopez.
Hello.
Back in the production we have our producer Craig Williams.
Hello.
Thank you guys for joining me. As I mentioned, this is part 3 of a 3-part series on booking a Disneyland vacation. We have already covered in past shows looking at the Disneyland Resort hotels, the Disney-owned and operated hotels. We also covered the Good Neighborhood hotels in the general vicinity of Disneyland. And now we're going to be talking about the Southern California add-on packages. I'm going to give you a brief overview of what they are, and I'm going to let Deborah go into detail. But basically what happened was a few years back, Disney has discovered that folks were traveling to Walt Disney World, but also adding on stays in other areas of California. The California was a destination unto itself, and just coming to Disney for 5 days wasn't meeting everyone's expectations. People would go to the beach, they might go out to LA, they might go to Hollywood. So what Disney wanted to do was put together packages that satisfied this need for their guests. So these are these Southern California and San Diego add-on packages that can be booked, that have a Disneyland resort stay associated with these additional package details. Deborah, tell us a little bit about these packages, what people can expect as part of the entire package.
Okay. They include, except we can talk about San Diego a little bit differently, but you will add on the Disneyland package. So you'll have 3 nights, 4 nights in Disneyland. And then you can add on another destination. So the destination could be Hollywood, it could be Orange County, it could be San Diego, or Hollywood, Los Angeles. But those are add-ons or additional destinations, they call them.
Is there a length of stay for the add-on, or is that up to the individual destination?
They recommend 2 days
Okay.
for San Diego, at least. I know that you can do 1 night in Hollywood or 1 night in LA, but San Diego is normally 2 or more days.
Okay, so these aren't like, I would compare almost to a Disney Cruise Line Land Sea. It isn't you stay X number of nights at Disneyland and then X number of nights at another location. It's very flexible.
Very
in what you
flexible,
can put together.
yes.
The Disneyland portion of the package includes all the stuff we talked about on previous shows.
Correct.
Your tickets, your commemorative lanyard and pin, your discount card, extra magic hours, or the hours that they call it out there, and a hamburger. I'm fascinated by the fact you get a hamburger. And then what do the add-ons usually include? They usually include pretty much just your hotel stay.
Right.
Pretty much.
If it's LA or Hollywood, it would pretty much the hotel stay. You can add on, maybe go to the beach if you would like to do that, but you don't have to. For San Diego, you do have to add at least 1 attraction. So if you are adding on San Diego and you're staying at one of the San Diego hotels, you have to either do SeaWorld, Legoland, one of the zoo, or the safari park.
Okay.
So one of those have to be added to it.
And with this package, there is no transportation between Disneyland and your next destination.
No, there isn't.
This is something you have to arrange yourself.
Yes.
You can't even book it through, you can't even add it to your package. It's not
No.
like it's an option.
No.
Okay.
No.
What do most folks do? Are most folks driving then? They are folks
Most folks are driving. They're either their own car, they're driving in from Arizona or somewhere, state located close to California, or they're renting a car.
Our experience with these packages happened several years ago. We were talking about this. This is before Disney actually launched the product. They wanted us to experience it, and we did what we call a FAM, a familiarization trip. We brought out several of our agents, specifically Disneyland-centric agents, but some others in our company, and we did the Disneyland stay, and then we went out and experienced some of these hotels. And you want to talk a little bit about that experience, Kevin?
I felt
'Cause
like
I know
Be careful.
I know you have strong feelings about it.
I thought they were wonderful. We stayed at the Lowe's. We went to Laguna Beach. We went to Huntington Beach, but we stayed overnight and then had to go to the next hotel the next morning. I felt like we were fleeing the law.
We were. We rented what Kevin refers to as church vans, and we would go from hotel to hotel. Awesome accommodations, some of the most beautiful hotels and the most beautiful areas you've ever seen. However, it was very, very stressful.
It was fast.
It was very
we
fast.
stayed at Laguna Beach and it was lovely. We stayed in a hotel that was kind of part of a cliff.
Yeah.
And that you had to walk out onto the balcony to see the beach. So I felt like I was staying on a cruise ship.
It was absolutely beautiful. All right, so let's talk about the hotels that are involved in these packages. And again, this is what you would book as a combination package through Disney, through Dreams Unlimited Travel. This is certainly not everything that's available in these areas. If you wanted to stay on your own, you could certainly do this on your own, but this is the
Yeah,
package that
these
Disney
are the
offers.
selections that we have. The economy hotels in San Diego are the Best Western Seven Seas and the Days Inn Hotel, Hotel Circle. And those are pretty close to SeaWorld and some of the attractions that you would go to. So, and they're popular, both of them. I get a lot of bookings for both of those hotels.
I apologize. I had some notes up and I forgot what I did with them. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue on. My apologies. I was looking at something and I lost it.
The next set is the four moderates that they offer: the Bahia, the Catamaran, the Dana, and the Legoland is new. We've got that in the last year. The Bahia and the Catamaran are sister hotels. They're located across the bay. They're actually on the bay. They're not on the ocean, but they're wonderful. I've actually stayed at the Catamaran, and it's a very nice hotel.
Question, is this the type of thing where you would have to book, if you booked a moderate resort, you would have to book a moderate hotel on
No.
the pack and the add-on?
No, you can mix it
and
up.
match.
Yes, you can have a value hotel at Anaheim, and you can have a superior hotel in San Diego.
This is one of those things that's very difficult to give
Yeah.
sort of a general pricing for
Right.
as well, because you're looking at such a variance in all of the components. So keep that in mind.
And the selections are in a variance too. You'll have, clients who do, value all the way to, and they'll mix and match them. So it's a little bit hard to sometimes price those, but
Excellent. All right. Moving on to
the four superiors
Superiors.
are the Hotel del Coronado. Everybody's probably familiar with that pink hotel, right?
From Some Like It Hot.
Yes. Humphreys Half Moon Inn and Suites, the Pacific Terrace Hotel, and then the Paradise Point Resort and Spa.
Someday I'm going to stay at the Hotel del Coronado. Someday.
okay. Have fun.
And the two suites that are offered, there's only two of them. It's the Embassy and the Residence Inn. These actually book up too, these Southern California hotels, especially the San Diegos and the value ones. They book up quite early. So,
And that's part of the Southern California San Diego
Correct.
package add-on.
correct.
So looking at the Los Angeles Orange County, the LA add-ons, those hotels.
They are the Embassy Suites, the Residence Inn in La Jolla, and then the Best Western Sunset Plaza. And there's a suite, there's a,
Right.
there's no really distinction between. So if you have several people, you'll probably want to go to the Embassy. So,
Again, all mix and match, all kind of whatever you want to do to customize your vacation to put these together. Let's talk about some of the things that you can do. It's not just about going to a hotel. You go to these areas because you want to experience the area, the culture, the food, but also the attractions that are there
yep.
for sure.
The attractions that we have available you can purchase these either on the Southern California package, or you can purchase these with just Anaheim.
So if you just book a Disneyland Resort hotel, you can purchase these in addition without doing the add-on and then just go on your
That's
own.
correct. That's correct. So we Southern California, we have Knott's Berry Farm. That's pretty popular for folks. And then we have Medieval Times. We sell those a lot. We have those in the package. Aquarium of the Pacific, the beach bus tour. That's an all-day tour, and you go to the beaches. The LA Hollywood beach tour as well. You go to LA and you do the Walk of Fame and you go to a beach, probably Santa Monica or Laguna Beach. And then the Madame Tussauds Hollywood and City Walk.
I think it's important to point out to folks that these are third party. These are other companies that are running these attractions or running the tours and things. This is not Disney. This is not a complete Disney experience where you're going to book this package and then there'll be a Disney cast member taking you from place to place. These are other companies that you can just book these through.
Now, if you book them in Anaheim and you're staying in Anaheim, you're staying with your Disneyland package, you can purchase transportation with these. So you can go to Medieval Times and purchase transportation. You'll get a voucher for that, and then you just call and schedule which day that you want to go. Of course, if you go to San Diego, getting to these attractions are on your own. There's no transportation.
Right.
So in San Diego, you can also purchase a 3-for-1 pass, which is you can save a little bit of money if you plan on going to San Diego, and then you can get SeaWorld, the zoo, and you can get the safari park with that 3-in-1. And then you have Legoland, and Legoland Sea Life is also an option.
That's an option
But it's
in the
outside of-
3-for-1 pass.
No, it's
No, okay,
no,
I'm
just
sorry.
those 3 on top are
Okay.
the 3-for-1.
So Legoland California and the Sea Life Aquarium, those are separate
Right.
attractions for a separate price.
They're included in the Southern California Pass, Legoland, SeaWorld, and not in the 3-for-1.
So, these are the Southern California add-on package add-ons are great for folks who want to experience more of California and see a little bit more. Encouraged to do so if you want to. I just want to make sure that we can continue to say over and over again that this is not a package that is a complete package. Transportation is not included between the destinations. Your attractions are not necessarily included. You have to purchase those separately. Disney's not going to get you there. Disney's not going to be there waiting for you. So it's sort of building your own vacation
That's right.
through Walt Disney Travel Company, which is something we talked about in the past.
Right. This is not a Disney experience. You've ventured outside the bubble. You're now into other parts of California.
Correct. Let's talk a little bit about these attractions individually and what folks can do and what they can experience. That's where I was going before, and I lost my train of thought. So let's go back a little bit. Let's go back to Knott's Berry Farm. What exactly is Knott's Berry?
Knott's Berry Farm is a amusement park. They're famous for, of course, their jellies and jams, and they also have a great chicken dinners. They are remodeling the restaurant there right now, but they're known for their chicken dinners. It's an amusement park. They have great roller coasters and different kinds of
This one has a real history.
I was just
in
gonna say,
does,
this is
a
old
huge history.
California is what this is.
It was a farm, Knott's Berry Farm.
So this sort of
So-
takes you a throwback to what vacationing in California was before.
Right.
Yeah, and depending on who you talk to, it's may
best.
be the first theme park ever in America, or it might be Disneyland. That argument's up for them, but it's a really charming park, especially
Yes.
like their frontier section, and like even their log flume ride they have there. That is of lore that inspired Tony Baxter to do Splash Mountain one day, and so there's lots of history that goes along with Knott's Berry Farm, and it's very close to Disneyland. Actually, if you have a tower kind of at Disneyland Hotel facing away from the park in downtown Disney, you can actually see Knott's Berry Farm from your hotel room on a nice clear day. So I'd say it's only about a 15-20 minute drive based on traffic.
And Disney does provide transportation there if you're in Disneyland or in Anaheim.
When you say
so-
provide, for an additional cost.
For an additional cost, yes.
Make sure we make that
Yeah.
clarification. Something else that's available in Anaheim is Medieval Times.
Medieval Times is, the nights. You get a dinner, and you're I don't know. I've not been to the one in Anaheim, but I'm sure it's similar to Vegas, and you're separated by the nights, and
You cheer for your night.
For your night.
They
and
joust.
And a wench
They
brings you
joust.
dinner, and you don't get
Yes.
silverware. And
You eat with your fingers. Yeah. When I first took one of my grandchildren there, she couldn't eat it because the chicken looked like a chicken. It was one of those whole. That's a chicken. It's always been a chicken, but she'd only seen it in parts, so
It's only been in plastic in the
she
supermarket.
would not eat it. Yeah,
looks like a chicken.
but it looks like a chicken.
Moving on to Orange County, Aquarium of the Pacific.
Orange County, you do beach tours. You do it in like one of those old woody buses, and they take you around, and you kind of you make 2 stops along the way. It's about a 3-hour each way. It's about the whole thing probably lasts about 9 hours.
So you stop at the beach, you get out for 3 hours, and you get back into the bus?
You just
That
walk
sounds
around.
uncomfortable.
It's a 62-mile
Sandy.
scenic tour of Orange County.
Oh, so it's more
And it's
of a...
beaches and the sea
okay,
experience. So you go to
sightseeing
Huntington Beach, and you go along the California coastline, and yeah,
It's a whole Beach Boys thing.
it's a beach thing. Yep.
Moving on to L.A.
The LA one, you do also go to a beach. You'll go to either Venice or you'll go to Santa Monica. It just depends on what they're doing that day. You also, go to Beverly Hills. You do the Walk of Fame there. You go to Rodeo Drive, and so those are the
You hit the highlights.
hit the highlights.
Is this... do you know if this is one of those open-air type of tours?
I
or
don't
this is
think
more of a-
so.
Probably not,
I
because they
think
go out
it's
to
a
the
bus,
beach.
yeah. And then, of course, the Wax Museum. Everybody knows,
Mm-hmm.
Madam Tussauds
LA
Max.
proved too much for the man.
And then again, the City Walk. So you actually go to Universal City Walk on this tour. And you go to the Hollywood sign, you get your picture taken, not next to it, but where you can see you.
Right,
in
they put you in a
Hollywood.
scenic
Yeah,
spot
the
where it's
scenic
right
spot.
behind you.
It's
and
like
you
a
get to
little hill.
experience
I've
that.
been there. It's kind of cool. But
These are all very, very touristy things. These are things that tourists want to do. It's not,
right.
it's not cultural. It's
We use that
tourist.
word like there's something wrong with being a tourist.
No, but
being a
I'm just-
tourist is fine.
Yeah, these
No,
are
absolutely. It's
booked by
fun stuff
people
to do.
outside of California. Definitely,
Yeah.
these are, especially on the East Coast. We have a lot of people. This is the first time I've been to California, and what tours do you recommend? And of course, they want to go to the beaches and see the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Well, there's
and-
California culture, and I think that
Right.
was because of movies and music that people respond to that,
Right.
and that's what they want to experience. So it's great that it's offered out there.
Yeah.
Explain a little bit about the San Diego 3-for-1 pass. I know there's a little bit more than just going to all 3 things.
Normally, if you're going to go to San Diego, you can either purchase separately the attractions, or you can do the 3-for-1, and you can save a little bit of money that way. You get the San Diego Zoo, you get the Safari Park, and you also get SeaWorld with the 3-for-1. And you have to use it within
Yeah,
5
I was gonna say,
consecutive days.
There's a little bit of a disclaimer
Yeah,
there.
so you don't, you can't just save it up and take it next year. So it all has to be done within 5 days. So, yep.
Excellent. Something we talked, I don't think you even mentioned in the last one, the Catalina Island tour.
Yeah, Catalina Island. I don't know if you've been there. I was just there last year. It's gorgeous there. It's a bus that'll take you to the boat that will take you across over to Catalina, and you can swim, you can shop. They have little shops there. They have a beach. They have the old casino that used to be there, and you can take a tour of that. It's an all-day tour. But it's something that people like to do. They're outside of California as well, to get over to Catalina Island.
Again, I think these are,
Wrigley's owned it for a while.
I think
They
this is
still
part
do.
of what people read about and want to experience and go and do and see in California. So I think it's great that Disney has put together these packages for folks. I believe that what happens though is they become a little bit complicated. They're a little bit tough to understand. Again, it's not an all-inclusive. It's not a thing where you're going to go and get all these things included and be able to just go and do. It's more like putting together your own vacation and having that experience. My suggestion is if you're going to do an add-on, you should have a car.
Right, if you're going to go and stay at a different hotel in a different location. Yeah.
One of the great things about Disneyland is there is actually a rental car right on property.
Alamo is right, right, real close to the Disneyland Hotel. So it's behind Earl of Sandwich there, right on at downtown Disney. So
And what they will do, which is really nice, is they do a lot of one-way rentals. So if you want to do one of these add-ons and you're going to fly home out of a different airport, or you don't want to go back to Disneyland and return your car, you can just do the one-way rental.
We've actually done that.
We have.
We rented a car at Disneyland and drove to San Francisco. We took 2 days and drove up the coast.
yeah, because you don't want to have a car sitting in the parking lot for 3 days while you're enjoying, the parks at Disneyland and paying for that. You want to pick it up and just maybe go to LA or go to San Diego.
Very easy to do, too. The car
Can I
rental is
add
very
here
easy.
too, you don't have to do just 2 destinations. You can do more than 2 destinations. So we can actually book San Diego, we can book Hollywood, and we can book Anaheim. So it's just not 2.
Yeah, the other thing, too, is it's not like this is certain days. Like, you're going to book Monday through Thursday at Disneyland, and then the next 2 days are at a certain spot. This is, again, a vacation that you put together and you're able to build.
That's right. You can also go to San Diego first. You don't have to go to Disneyland first. You can actually, and they will actually, if you're out of the country, they'll send your package directly to that hotel that we've booked, and then you can start your vacation there.
You can do the add-on before your Disneyland trip.
That's right.
Or after your Disneyland
Correct.
trip. I have not worked with these in quite a while, again, since our first encounter with them years ago. How do they come out price-wise? Do you find that they're
Actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, they price them really well. I'm surprised that you can go, 3 or 4 days at Disneyland and then go, 2 or 3 days in San Diego, for, under $3,000,
because
depending on the hotels. And
what Disney's done is they've negotiated with these hotels for really good rates
Right.
and to be part of their package, so that there's sort of this sales incentive for them to do it. So they've lowered their prices. That's good to know that that's a reasonable cost.
Yeah.
Do you know if most of these hotels will have free parking? So if you do you
no,
rent a car,
most of them don't have free
most of you have
parking.
to pay for parking.
Yeah.
Understandable. Anything else you want us to know about the Southern California package add-ons before we?
One of the things that we just found out, and we'll probably have to talk more about that, but that you can add on San Diego without Disney. So we can do San Diego a standalone destination. And
Wow.
yeah,
But not anything else.
But why would you want
not
to?
LA, but we can book if they just want to go to SeaWorld and
If
spend
they're
time in San
listening to
Diego.
us, they want to go to
They want to
Disney.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
You never know. They've not decided to take a Disneyland package. Maybe they're
Make
staying.
them stop listening.
Maybe they've done something else and they're staying at Craig's cousin's house, and they just want to then go to San Diego afterwards.
Because they went out of Craig's house.
Cousin Edna that lives in the bad area.
Cousin Edmund.
Edna.
Oh, we did not learn her name, and I don't think we should.
It's actually very close. Same syllables.
You can hear people screaming.
I know her name.
I just pulled out of the air.
Excellent. Anything else about the Southern California add-ons?
Nope, I don't think so.
All right, so let's take a few minutes and let's just sort of recap what we want people to know specifically about a Disneyland vacation, a Disneyland resort package vacation that we think is important, differences between world and land, and things that they can expect.
I think the first thing is the dining. There's no mad rush, to get up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning and get in a queue to do your dining. You normally can get what you want in the 60 days, and even a few days after that. Especially if it's not Goofy's or Ariel's or something very popular, they're usually still open. So it's 60 days before you can do dining. And then the park ticket packages, they're 2 to 5 days. So 5 days is the max, and 2 days is the minimum number of tickets that you can do with the package. Fast passes aren't done online like they are in Walt Disney World. They are at the kiosk still.
So that's physical ticket in the machine.
Insert your ticket, and you get a fast pass back.
Do you have any idea how that will work with the tickets on the phone now that you mentioned?
I don't know. I'm gonna check. I just loaded the app just recently, so I've been kind of going through it and looking through it. But
That wasn't available to you guys when you went out, was it, Craig? The ticket was on your phone?
I didn't try to do it with with my 3-day ticket that I added on. But whenever I had my annual pass still that included out there, I believe I did put it in.
On your
You
phone?
still,
It's been a while.
with your pass though, you still have to take your ID and, you still have to, you can't just load it on there like you could.
They're very big about sign your pass.
Yes.
And then is this really you and
Still
you
have
want to prove yourself, right?
Yeah.
What else do we want folks to know?
No, of course, there's no magic bands, or you still have in the resort hotels. You have the key cards. There's the cost for transportation from the airport. Walt Disney World. There's no cost. It's included.
Right. There's
you
no
just-
Disney's Magical Express out there.
Right.
There's no free transportation.
Right. So there is a cost for transportation to and from the hotel for Disneyland. We no longer do Universal Studios
As a package add-on.
as a package add-on.
People
right.
can do it by themselves if they want to.
Right. And
However, if you've gone to Hollywood, Universal Studios is very easy to
But,
get
right.
to.
Exactly. You do the.
we have a lot of people that are disappointed in that, though. I've had a lot of feedback on that. Why aren't
Disappointed
you
in
doing,
what?
We're not adding. We don't have transportation and Universal tickets on our packages.
I think maybe we're seeing a shift in the mentality out there
I
with
think so.
Disney and Universal. That
It's
Universal
kind of a-
now is Harry Potter,
Yeah.
and perhaps we're a little bit upset at that, so we're not going to partner with them.
And I
as
still
much.
give them options. I mean, there are still options for getting there. Gray Line does it, and they'll sell, the tickets and the transportation for a package there. So there's still some.
But I think Kevin makes a good point too. If you do one of these Southern California add-on packages and you add LA, Universal's very easy
Right.
to get to.
From the Lowe's Hotel, which is where I believe you stay in Hollywood, it's one subway
I
stop.
don't believe that was one of the hotels anymore.
Well, it's one subway stop from the Lowe's Hotel.
Well, and the Sheridan used to be there too. The Sheridan's like right across the street. It's called the Sheridan Universal.
Yeah.
They don't offer it anymore either. So that came off
Right.
along with it. So
So we're seeing something happen.
yes,
What else
there's-
you want to tell people?
there's no dining plans except for the character dining, the character experiences. We can include those on the packages, but there are no dining plans at all. The seasonal promotions, they come out spring, winter, summer, fall promotions. And we do watch for those. We get notified as soon as those come out. And, this last one, I saved people a lot of money on the last one.
Right. One of the nice things we see about Disneyland, while there's always a challenge between selling different products, one of the things we do see about selling Disneyland, it seems to be a little bit easier to get these discounts once they're released. It doesn't seem to be that craziness that's involved in Walt Disney World, where it's very, very limited and you're on the phone forever. Disneyland, we seem to be able to get these discounts fairly regularly and easy. So good to know.
Even if they run out of standard rooms, I can upgrade somebody, to a premium view for, $50, and they're happy with that. They got a theme park view, and they've paid a little bit more for it, but
Again,
not
one
what
of
they
the
would have.
one of the perks of dealing with a travel agent that knows these areas and knows these hotels is that that's something that they would think to ask for. Deborah would think to say to them, listen, I know that you can't get money off, but for just a little bit more, let's upgrade your accommodations. So this is the type of thing that Deborah's doing.
Yeah,
for
the
you.
promotion may be available for premium rooms, versus standard rooms
Right.
or.
Kevin, you want to say something?
Yes, I would also say that the weather is different. Where we would tell people, as a matter of fact, we recently discussed weather in summer weather here in Florida, which can be oppressively hot. Even the warmest weather in California is not as
Right.
sapping because of the lack of humidity.
Right.
And I would tell people who are comparing the two that that's a difference. I would also tell them, though, that the winter months can be colder than they are
Yes,
here.
they are. I tell people even in the itineraries, take even in the summer, take a jacket or sweater. It gets kind of chilly in the evening there.
Because of
So,
the lack of
yes.
humidity.
Well, yeah, and going along with that, like June gloom, people don't know what that is from outside California. And, in Florida, a lot of the best weather that we ever see is right in the morning. You'll have beautiful blue, clear skies. you go in June in California and you think it's going to rain all day, and then all of a sudden around noon it clears up and it's your beautiful weather. So California's goofy,
Yeah, it
but
is. It can
amazing.
Be. Yeah. And then they do offer annual pass rates. Normally not in the summer months, but most any other time they'll offer.
With this
Annual pass.
increase in annual pass costs, it doesn't seem to be offset by the discounts as much. So that's one of the things to consider too. Is will an annual pass get me the discount I'm looking for? Is it worth paying more for the annual pass for the significant increase in pass prices? But they're available. What do they run? 10% maybe off a regular package price.
Right. Now with the packages too, if you're an annual pass holder, you can still get a Disneyland package without tickets. So, and you can get all the inclusions. The only thing that we need is your annual pass number in order to give that to Disney. But you can get a package with an annual pass.
How would that work if there were other people in your party who needed tickets?
We can work on that too.
Okay, so you could have one person be the annual pass holder, book it without the tickets for
Yes.
them, and then add tickets for everybody else in your
Yes.
party.
Yes,
And
I've
still
done
get a
that.
discount.
I've done that several times, yes. And then we have military rate. Military rate can be pretty good, 40%, for Disneyland and most of the time. So, if you have an annual pass in your military, put both of them down because military you can usually get a better rate on.
Active and retired military
Yes.
personnel?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And then they used to have senior rates. They don't have those anymore. California resident rates, they don't have those on the packages. They usually give them other kinds of incentives for their ticket prices and those kinds of things that they give them because they don't necessarily want a package. So,
Kevin just encroached on your picture and it scared me.
Sorry.
and then we used to have AAA, and Disney doesn't.
Yeah, Disney and
Except-
AAA have kind of parted ways in a lot of places. We saw it here in Walt Disney World. You no longer have that special parking area if you're a AAA member.
Oh yeah, Disney
Disney
stopped working with them.
yeah.
So,
On the cruises,
really-
you no longer get those discounts too. So,
So that's really the promotions that are offered.
we talk about it all the time. If you're a Disney fan and you've not been to Disneyland, you should go.
We judge you.
We judge you. Absolutely, positively should go. Disneyland is an incredible experience, a great park. Just, an extension of the Disney magic. Again, not as big as World, but that in and of itself presents other opportunities.
I was just
I
going to say
think.
that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Can I add one thing onto here?
Sure.
If you have, I had a client recently that their plane was delayed quite a bit, so they weren't able to use their Disney Resort Express voucher. If you have those kinds of issues and you've paid for something in the package that is not valid, to contact me. It's easier to get it taken care of while you're in the park. Once you've left the park, I can't direct you what to do.
You mean on your vacation?
On your vacation.
In the hotel?
Yes, email me, and I'll give you some information on how you can get. Normally what will happen is I will send you to Walt Disney Travel Company in downtown Disney. You take you take whatever is not valid anymore, you couldn't use, and they will actually give you vouchers. They'll either give you a refund on your credit card, or they'll give you food vouchers
Oh, wow, that's
for
pretty
that.
good.
So don't come home with it. Either contact me or go to Walt Disney Travel Company downtown, and they'll make it up to you.
Right.
So
As with all of our Dreams Unlimited travel agents, Deborah and everybody else who works Disneyland, they're working for you. They want to help. They want to make sure you have the best vacation possible, stress-free, worry-free, and also that meets your budget. So, this is why we're here. We're here to help out with these type of things. Like Deborah mentioned, maybe someone didn't know that and thought, well, I messed up. There's nothing I can do. It wasn't my fault, but can't use this voucher. Now you know
right.
that, there's things we can do on our end to help out our
Right.
clients. Excellent. All right. Well, that'll wrap up our discussion for booking a Disneyland vacation. Quite a bit of information. Again, as with everything Disney, not easy, not simple, not straightforward. But again, if you use a Dreams Unlimited travel agent, not only will you get someone who is very well versed and experienced in the product, knows the product inside and out, very knowledgeable, but for Disneyland, we also offer a gift card based on the price of your package. The gift card is doubled if you do one of these Southern California add-ons, so that's good to know as well. And the gift card is a regular Disney gift card you can use for food and merchandise at Disney or in a Disney park or at a Disney store. Again, that'll do it for Disneyland. Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Deborah, for all your hard work. We're going to move on to our Agent Spotlight. For those of you who are familiar with our show, we like to end every episode with highlighting a member of our team. We are going to be talking about Stania Glass. Stania is not a Dreams Unlimited travel agent. She actually works in our Welcome Center. Stania has been with Dreams Unlimited Travel since the summer of 2013. Her primary responsibility is to help put together and mail the gift bags that are sent to our Disney Cruise Line clients. But she also gets to meet and greet guests at our Welcome Center in Port Canaveral, Florida. Growing up in a military family, Stania has traveled and lived in countries all over the world. After serving in the U.S. Army, she finally settled in Florida to raise a family in 1991. In her spare time, Stania loves cooking, gardening, and traveling the world. A self-professed Harry Potter fan, you will find Stania and her family at Universal Studios several times a month to experience the wizarding world of Harry Potter and Diagon Alley. Her one bit of travel advice would be to slow down and enjoy the moment. So if you get a chance to stop by our Welcome Center in Port Canaveral and a few minutes, stop in, say hi to Stania and say hi to all the team out there, including Teresa, who's also works at the Welcome Center. Again, thank you for listening and watching our show. We truly appreciate it. We hope you have a great week and we hope you have a great vacation.